the brothers who say studying philosophy is kufr, it's important to first of all assume that they mean something good, right? Because they are our brothers, and then we should assume the best in what they're saying. And I think what they're referring to is this: they have something in mind when they say philosophy that maybe has a bit of a historical context. Because in the history of Islam, there is this sect called the Falasifa, who are considered who are considered heretics, basically, as in they're not considered Orthodox Muslims, and many of their beliefs are problematic. So if they're referring to that as in a specific type of philosophy, then they might be right, but they also might be wrong, because sometimes specialized people study it to refute it, like Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam, rahimahullah. It's not like he didn't study philosophy to refute the philosophy. I mean, how are you supposed to refute them if you don't study their work? But obviously, of course, maybe studying that material is not for everybody. People have different capabilities, different interests, and it requires a specific type of specialty to do that. And also it requires a very firm grounding in your deen, in the foundations of your deen, before you go and talk about that stuff. But if by philosophy, and I'm sure they don't mean this, because philosophy, the way we use it these days, just means general reasoning. What I was telling you right now, I mean, أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ in the Quran. Have they been created without anything, right? Or are they themselves the creators, right? Is this philosophy? Well, it depends on how you define philosophy. It's a reasoning process, right? And Allah gave us intellect, and He gave us the ability to look at things and ask questions and provide explanations. Well, that's what we're doing. Now, if your method is contradictory with the Quran, well, then it's probably not reason in the first place. It's probably not rational, right? And that was, again, Ibn Taymiyyah's position, which many people understand. It's not that al-aql contradicts reason, or that intellect contradicts reason. No, for Ibn Taymiyyah, it is impossible for sound reason to contradict revelation or the Quran. So it's more complicated than that. We need to ask people what they mean by what they're saying. But clearly, reasoning is not haram. I mean, the Quran is based on reason. The Quran tells us to reason and ponder and think. And of course, it is impossible for sound reasoning to conflict with the Quran, right? So yes, so maybe you can arrive at wrong things using your aql, and we need to be careful of this. And we need to recognize that the foundation is the Quran, and the Quran is the ultimate truth. Once you've arrived at that rationally, khalas. I mean, you don't go do other things that contradict it, then you're contradicting your own worldview. But obviously, reasoning is not something that's haram. And if by philosophy we mean reasoning, then you can't say just generally like that it's haram.